Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole. I'm an artist and educator learning about budgeting, saving, and planning for the future. My pronouns are she and her, and I am currently based in the Pacific Northwest, which is the traditional territory of the Coast Salish tribes. I am just here to do a quick weekly update, my budget check-in, and just log my transactions for the week. So let's jump right into it. I'm looking very glamorous. I just got done with my morning exercise class that I go to at a gym that is health at every size, body positive, and super amazing. But I did want to jump on here and take care of these transactions while I had a few minutes. Okay, so at some point I have kind of like a cash reserve from like when I sell artwork. And then if I donate the proceeds from that, I'll do that online. And I sort of just keep a little bit of cash around and so that I can use that instead of using the ATM. I'm not really sure if that makes a lot of sense, but I log it when I use it, if that makes sense. So I pulled $20 out of there for some reason, but I ended up not needing it. And then I've just sort of been using it here and there if I grab something from the cafe at school during my break. And so I just wanted to make sure that I logged that before I forgot about it. So I'm going to put that under restaurants just because it's pretty much what it's getting used for. And it's going to go under, no, not under personal spending, under daily living, cash eating out. So I'm going to put that under restaurants. I know I'm way over right now, and actually it's going to get worse. But I think, yeah, this month has just been kind of a mess. I'm really hoping that I can be more realistic and be more on it in February. I think part of the problem was I was listening to Mary Life, and she was talking about bucket spending. And I think like having this big vet bill and just kind of like knowing that my pay was going to be lower than I thought, but then kind of realizing maybe it was going to be higher than the lower that I thought, just sort of spun me into a little bit of bucket spending. And, you know, these things happen. I'm trying to like pull it together here in this last week. We'll see how I do, and definitely try to pick up the pieces for February. But you know, it's the first month of the year. Not gonna like go totally off the rails. I hope. There's a lot of red though. Okay, so let's see. On the other day, I did have lunch at work, which was really funny because I had made all my lunches for the week, and I actually put 2 in the freezer so that I can eat them next week. So, you know, what are you going to do? I paid my rent, which I will get reimbursed for half. I send a check from my online bank, so I just send the whole rent. And I send it pretty early. Like the best time for me to send it is like the 21st to make sure it arrives where it needs to arrive by the 1st. So for right now, this is going to show as over, but then I should get a I will get a reimbursement from my housemate. But just the way I send it, that's just how I'm going to do it. And I learned a trick from Ashley at the Ash Cash Budget, which is where you can actually put in income right here. So it doesn't affect your budget or like your general income, because I don't really want that to inflate my income, but it will, you know, go ahead and take care of that. And I'll show you guys that trick when I do my budget check-in next week. So that should include getting rent from my housemate. Okay, that's maybe like a little more complicated than it needs to be, but that's just how I'm going to do it this month and maybe going forward. Okay, so hey, I'm going to go back down to personal spending because I did a bit of it. I bought some leggings at f.i.r.e for $23.46. This is the person who thinks that she doesn't spend any money on clothes. Okay. I traded in my cartridge for my soda stream, which I use to create sparkling water with no waste. I do really love sparkling water, and I love those like LaCroix, but I start to feel stressed out. Plus, like, you know, I only have so much room in the recycling bin. So years ago, maybe 2014 or something, I got myself a soda stream for my birthday one year, and it's still going strong. I definitely go through seasons where I don't use it at all, but Yeah, 1629 for a CO2 cartridge. It's like a big CO2 cartridge and it lasts for, I think they say like 60 liters. Yeah, so it's great, really great. I think it must be the equivalent of so many cases of LaCroix. So I'm going to put that under, oopsie, I'm going to put that under groceries, which is kind of intense right now. And then I also had a small purchase at f.i.r.e 1954 for some other kind of incidental grocery items. I think I can get through the rest of the month with just having to buy bread and eggs. I think that's all I need. Okay. Gas, $32.74. Oh, it looks like I'm going to stay under budget for gas. Yeah. I mean, I went to Portland this month, so I thought I might go a little bit over, but still doing okay. That is great to know. Let's see. Internet came out $79.95. Bought some stuff at Value Village. I am on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It was a 50% off sale at Value Village that I thought was on everything, but it actually wasn't. And they had this really nice cast iron skillet. And so I thought, oh, I'm going to go get it. It's 50% off. It wasn't 50% off. I did not get it. And that's cool. But while I was in that section, I found these really sweet, large stainless steel, like not tiffins exactly. They don't stack up, but just large food storage containers. And they were like, for the largest one, I think was like $7. So whatever 22 divided by 3 staggered. So they were 3 different sizes. And I went ahead and got them because I've actually been looking for them. I think they're about $20, $20 to $25 each, I guess, depending on where you get them. And so I felt like it was a really good deal. But as my friend at Budget Real Good said, like, I might have to put a ban on thrift store shopping. It's a little bit of a problem. And yeah, it's definitely kind of a problem. So I'm going to put that under household, which is going to bring me over. I did pick up some windshield wipers. You know, I live in the Pacific Northwest. It's really rainy and gross, and I haven't changed them in a few years. I mean, I haven't changed them since I got the car, so I don't know when they were changed before that. But thankfully, I actually have some funds in my sinking fund for car upkeep, and so that's going to go right into there. Finally, this month, I've done something good. Yeah. Okay. Now I've got a couple of incomes and then we will be done. I have to say, boom, I'm really excited. My paycheck 2 for the month was my full paycheck, including my full adjunct pay. So it's a lot more than I expected. I'm really hoping that's going to help balance out the sort of intense overspending I did this month and also overspending, but necessary spending I did for my cats, like medical care. We'll see how that all goes down in my budget reconciliation. But for now, I'm going to put this $2,087 check under paychecks. And so I received, it's like about $800 more than I expected. So that's really good news. Really good news. I'll reallocate that when I do my reconciliation. And this was kind of a budget win. When I went to Florida for the holidays, I forgot to bring my little neck pillow, and I was on, for the first time ever, a nonstop flight. And frankly, it was a long flight. It was real long, and I forgot my neck pillow. So it was okay on the way there, but on the way back, I happened to be, a couple days before I left, I happened to be in Target with my sibs, and we were like picking up some stuff for my parents' Christmas present. And they had a few neck pillows there. And there was one that was like partially fluffy, but also partially you could inflate it. And it seemed like it would save space. It was like $14.99. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to get it, and it was terrible. Though inflatable, it was just too uncomfortable. Even if you deflated it a little, I wasn't into it at all. And the little part, kind of like on a inflatable mattress, there was like a little valve so that when you stopped inflating, it wouldn't let the air out. But then there was another little cover, and like immediately before I even got on the plane, that cover had disappeared. It had fallen off and disappeared. So I remembered finally to go back to Target, and I didn't have the receipt, but they let me return it. And so I got that 1604, that was including tax, back as a reimbursement. So boom, that's exciting. All right. So that is those are all my transactions for the week. Let me know down below how you're doing this month. Are you having a F.i.r.e spending month? Are you keeping on track? Are you doing no spend? Let me know down below, and have a great rest of your month.